Go to the start button, Photoshop, and open Photoshop application. And this is the application. And these are the interfaces. This is the interface of Photoshop. Come to the new document. And these are the predefined presets. Already we saw to taking the document properties. Okay. And today we have to already we completed select menu and we are working for filters menu. File, open a image document. We can go for images. We have so many images here. And filter gallery. And this is the image. And these are the predefined effects. We can see we can adjust this type of predefined effects, friends. And dry brush, film grain, fresco, neon glow, paint jobs, palette knife. Like this, we have a different type of styles. Okay, different type of presets. We can apply for brush strokes as well as artistic. And distortion filters is also there, like glass style, ocean ripples, and I can adjust the ripple magnitude and as well as ripple size also, friends. We have a properties of the what the filter we applying here. Like if we go for a spatter and we have a spatter properties, we can see in the right side. Like this we can apply and come to the sketch part. Yeah, we have a different type of sketch parts. Smoothness will be there like this, and we go for a detailed things like this. And why it's coming, it's black and white style, friends. You can see here the color is coming from black and white. Why means what we have taken as a default color. Okay, if you change a color like it's a red color and as well as a green color, like foreground and background, now you can apply as a filter gallery. See, see, it is coming as a background color, and like this we can apply. See here we can see the both colors, both green and red, and you can go for a brush strokes. See in the edges we can see the green, and in the edges we can see the red. The both colors it's applied directly on the image. It's included with the filters like this. And come to the sketch part like this, and I can adjust the properties of the sketch part. Like this, and these are all the effects only, friends. Edge brightness and smoothness and edge width. You can increase the edge brightness like this, and you can click it OK, then automatically the effect will be applied direct the image format. These are the filters, filter galleries. Okay, and textures, predefined textures will be there, and this is the mosaic style of filters. Decrease the size, you can see here. You can decrease the cell sizes like this, light intensities. Okay, now come backward, Control Alt Z, step backward. Okay, filter adaptive wide angle. Here we have the second option, it's adaptive wide angle. Click it here and we can change the angle. Like this, and you can scale the size of the angle what we have taken, and the focal length and crop factor. If you need to crop anything, you can crop it directly, and scale the size and increase the size. And these are the angles what we have taken. You can increase and decrease the size of the image, like this, just changing the angle. And here we have some effects, some predefined preset effects in the adaptive wide angle style, like fisheye, auto, perspective, like this. When you're decreasing the scaling, then automatic the size will be, see, this looks like a fisheye, and you need to go for a perspective. This is the perspective angle, and this is called auto, predefined, full spherical, nothing aspect ratio. Okay, like this. Like this we can create as a image. We can change the angle and we can change the perspective style. And come to the camera raw filters, like temperature, how the image styles is there, like the tint of the color and temperature and the exposure levels, highlights and shadows, like this, and whites and blacks, and the clarity what we had taken here, and the vibrance shades is very important, friends. Vibrance shades and saturation, increasing and decreasing the saturation. Sorry, increase and decreasing the saturation of the levels, and increasing the saturation here, the vibrance and the clarity, means smoothness, smooth image is coming smooth, some smoothness. And black edges we can increase and decrease, and the shadows we can highlight and decrease the shadows, and whites we can take it here and decrease the saturation, and you can increase the vibrance, like this. Like this means we can work completely on the image only. Okay, that is called the camera raw filters is nothing but just giving the temperature, lightness, contrast, whites, blacks, the clarity, vibrance, everything we can increase and decrease on the image format, and click it OK. Automatically it will apply. See, Control Alt Z will be the step backward, the previous earlier image, the previous image will be like this, and Control Shift Z, what we have applied some filters. Okay, previous means undo, Control Alt Z, and redo, Control Shift Z. We can see like this. Okay, and come to the previous one only, filters. Lens correction is also a one type of styles. Black color, some predefined effects, it will become a small styles only, edge extensions, and take a custom, increasing and decreasing the distortion effects. Like nothing like distortion. The angle of the image, we can increase and decrease the angle of the image. Like this, we can work on the images. And the liquify, like this we can adjust the face shapes, and we can again I can take and come as normally. This one is a normal reconstruct, and this one is a forward wrapping, and this one is called pucker tool. Pucker tool, decreasing the eye size and increasing the eye size. Some funkiness, just nothing like blot tool, and push left, like this. And hand tool, like we can pan the document, and zoom tool. Now we can pan the document. Like this we can use some, using with a brush tool, we can use some funkiness on the image, funky styles, like this, and click it OK. Like this, the funkiness will be there. Like we can change the complete the image, the style of the image, and the complete the details we can change it before the image and the after image. Okay, and this is one type of one type of liquify using with a liquify tool. Okay, and you can work on the hair also using with liquify. And I'm just taking one more image. And this is the photograph, and come to the 3D bump map. We can see one more session on 3D. Just this is a completely effect based. Just open the image document, Control O to open the image document. We'll see the one more session on 3D blur. We have three types of blur, friends, and mainly we use three types of blur tool, blurs in the blur tool: Gaussian blur, radial blur, and motion blur. When we use these tools, actually means which type of background. See how the background is there. We have an example here, friends, and this is a background where it is looking like as a complete blur. That is called a Gaussian blur. Why means we can see the trees behind of the image. The character is the human character is in the front of the image, and the background is completely blur. But the blur is there. It is visible. Half of the blur will be visible, and half of the blur is not visible. Okay, like that is called Gaussian blur. That is called a Gaussian blur. You can take this one and see the blur is completely, we can see the tree completely in the background. No, that is completely blur, but the blur is also, but we are seeing that is a tree. Why means it is a Gaussian blur, and the forward the human characters are completely very sharp. That is a camera trick, and that is one type of camera they will keep and take photographs directly, or otherwise if it is there, if it is when we import any images or any technically we have to do means we have an option on here directly blur, and it is called as a Gaussian blur. Okay, and these are all also blurs only, like blur mode, box blur, lens blur, radial blur, and shape blur, and smart blur. These are all the blurs only, and mainly we use Gaussian, motion, and radial in the to creating the backgrounds, and to creating a background some little bit blurrish, and some keeping a blurrish on the background and keeping the foreground as a sharply. Okay, let's see the photograph, and this is the one image, and the character is completely very sharp, and the background is a little bit blur. But I'm just taking a pen tool to cut the image, Control plus to increasing the image. Like this, I am just cutting the image document. The main thing is the pen tool is very important, friend. The cutting is very important. Please don't neglect, and please do practicals. Always do practicals. If you do n number of practicals only, then uh, you can get the pen tool very perfectly. Take a multiple images and practice more on the pen tool. Please practice the pen tool very perfectly. And like this, we can take a bezier tools, and we can adjust the beziers. After pen tool also, we can adjust the beziers using with a path point tools. Already we completed this class. Okay, pen tool. Already I uploaded the class in the YouTube also. Just check it there. Like this. Like this, I take a path tool. Like this, I taken a path tool and pen tool and just created a one path for the image, human character image. And I just saving this path. See here we have a star symbol, means the image it's not be saved. Okay, here we have to save it, means come to the path points and create and save a path. I'm just saving this path also, friends. It is called, it's a image cut, it's a boy path. Okay, I just taken a small path here, but the path has been saved, but the image is not saved. Okay, if you not save this image and if you close it, means the path will not be saved. That is the main thing. Okay, first of all, come to here and save the image also, like as a JPG only. It is in a JPG format. See, .jpg format, and file save. Then automatically the star symbol will be removed. Automatically has been saved, updated. Now close it, friends. Okay, it's closed. File open. Now you can open the document. See. Okay, then where is the path, friends? Come to here and we have a path. Just click on the path and take a path selection tool and you can select the path like this. And you can adjust the path point using with the direct selection tool, and you can adjust the every path point, and you can adjust the besides, and you can add the anchor points. You can take a anchor points, add anchor points. Okay, and you can delete the anchor points also. And you can delete the anchor points. You can add the anchor points and you can delete the anchor points using with here, add anchor point and delete anchor points. Like this, we can add it and we can delete it. And again, we can adjust this bezier also using with a direct selection tool like this. Now, okay, everything is completed, sir. Then where is the selection? If the selection is all, if the selection is there, then automatically we can cut the image. Okay, the selection, control enter for path selection, control enter, or otherwise when we take a path selection tool, right click and make selection like this. Okay, or otherwise control enter for path selection and give the feather selection, friends, 0.5 or otherwise 1 or 1.5 is the basic feather selection. Just a second, I'm just checking with the text with here we have a feather selection, friends. Here Shift F6 feather selection, edge smoothness, and Control Alt D feather selection, edge smoothness on the old versions. Come to here and Shift F6 I'm using in the keyboard. Then automatically I got a small dialog box that is called a feather dialog box is came feather selection. Then we can give the radius like I'm just giving 1.5. Okay, now take it. Now Control J duplicate the layer. Okay, I got the image. To duplicating the layer, friends, it's Control J to duplicate the layer. here we have to duplicate the layer, or otherwise alt drag also to duplication also. Okay. Okay, it's everything is cool. Then come to here. I already told only 3 steps, that is called Gaussian blur, radial blur, and motion blur. Let's see the blurs. Filter, blur, and Gaussian blur. I'm just giving the blur to the background, not the character. Okay. Come to the select the background layer, blur and Gaussian blur. See, if you increase the radius of the Gaussian blur, see how the character, how the visibility is there. The foreground of the background of the image is completely blur. Half of the image is blur and half of the image is visible. Okay, see, I I can say this is a grass, this is a tree stem, and everything I can say it. Why means half of the thing is visible. That is called completely Gaussian. Gaussian is nothing but the foreground of the human will be visible sharply, and the background will be half of the image will be blur and half of the image will be visible. That is called Gaussian blur, like this. Okay, now only the character is highlighted. You can select the character and you can see here like this. Okay, sir, everything is clear. Then what about the motion blur? Come to the motion and you can see the motion blur like this. So it's everything is clear, and the background means we can create this type of backgrounds, and you can change the angle of the backgrounds like this. Where we use this type of backgrounds when it is a sports backgrounds, you can see here. And the sports bikes is going, we can see it's a motion. This is called motion. See the background, it's a motion. See, this is a motion background. This is the motion background. The character of the foreground will be the character of the foreground will be the sharp, and the background will be completely the motion way. That is called motion background, like this. Okay. Then what about the radial? In radial, we have two types. One is spin and second one is zoom. You can increase the spin like this. Then you can where you need, or otherwise you can keep it as center, and the quality will be best, and click it OK. Like this. This is one type of creating different type of backgrounds, friends. Okay. And come to here, blur, and go to the Gaussian, and I have one more option, sorry, blur, and go to the radial. Already we saw the spin, and take a zoom level and click it OK. And this is one type of background, like this. And like this we can create the things. And you can take one more background here. I'm just taking this background. Filter, blur, average, blur, blur more. These are the blur only we are applying. See, filter, blur, box blur. This is also one type of blur. We can increase the blur and we can decrease the blur, like this. And we have the name, it's a box blur. And come to the filter, blur, and lens blur, and this is one type of blur. And radius increasing, decreasing, and blade curvature, like this, increasing and decreasing, and rotation on the blur. Only the blur will be the rotate, and the rotation like this, and increasing the brightness on the blur, and creating some noise on the image like this. And it's a Gaussian and uniform, and decrease the noise also. And monochromatic will be the black and white. What the noise we are applying here, that is called monochromatic. Monochromatic is nothing but the noise also, it is a black and white feel. Okay. And if you remove the monochromatic, the noise will be the color. See, the noise is nothing but pixels. These are the pixels. And Gaussian means angle changing distributions, and this is called flat noise, and this is called Gaussian noise distribution. And come to here, monochromatic is nothing but black and white. The pixels will be, the noise will be black and white. Okay. And come to here, if just remove the noise, and this is one type of lens blur. Okay. And come to here, filters and blur. Already we saw motion blur and lens blur and radial blur and shape blur. We can take a blur like a shapes. These are the custom shapes. Already we saw custom shapes in the custom path palette here in the toolbox like this. If you increase the radius, automatically it will come like that the shape like this. Using with this shape only, the blur will be formed. And filters, blur, shape blur, smart blur. Some smoothness will be applied. Threshold increasing and decreasing. See, you can apply here directly. See, radius, some smoothness on the image document. Okay. And come to the filter, blur, surface blur. Same thing, increasing the radius. See, this is original. Okay. Now I'm just releasing the cursor. Automatically some blur is applied. Like this, and decrease the radius and click it. Okay. See. These are all the blur tools, and mainly we use three tools. One is radial blur, and second one is Gaussian blur, and third one is motion blur. Okay. That is very important, friends. Please work on Gaussian, motion, radial. And blur gallery. And this is also important topic. Filter. This is a beautiful option in the filter blur gallery. Field blur. And which one is the blur path? You can just click it, the blur path. And we can change the angles. And decrease the blur. Filter, blur gallery, field blur. I'm just taking one blur here and decreasing the like this. I'm just taking one more blur here. Now we can take the properties on here and you can decrease the blur. It is applying where we are taking, see, increasing more, and here I'm just decreasing level, just decreasing the blur, and I'm just moving this one into here and decreasing the blur. Yes, I can place wherever the blur we need. The position of the blur, that is called field blur. You can place the position. I need here the blur. You can take the blur here. I can take a diagonally. I can take a diagonally like this. And these are the light ranges. A little bit up filters will be applied. Okay, enough. If you click it OK, then automatically see the blur will be applied like this as an angle. Now come to the filter, blur gallery, iris blur. As a simple path, and this is a path. Okay, and we can change the path like this. See, friends, and I can take the blurriness more and decreasing more, some motion effects and the same things. The lighting box and box color will be increased and the light ranges, decreasing the light ranges. Means these are the highlights part, okay? And I'm just decreasing the blur, and here also I can apply the blur part and decreasing the light box and light box colors. Now you can apply directly like this, and this is called iris blur. You can click it OK, then automatically it will be applicable. Come to the blur gallery. It's a tilt blur, path blur, and spin blur. These are all the blurs only, like as a angles. See, like this. And here we can change the positions like this. And if you click it OK, automatically it will be applied. And remove here, you can remove directly here, the tilt blur. And come to the path blur, select the path, and which is the path here. This is the path, and we can make as an angle as a path. And you can click it here and you can change the angle, and you can add the points and you can take like this. The blur will be come like as a some pathway, and we can taper it, and we can spread it angle, and we can decrease the angle. Blur edges, you can edit, see, and then we have a beautiful option to edit the edges also. If you remove it means you can remove. This is path blur. And come to here, we have a spin blur. Spin, already we saw spin. Where we saw spin? Like this, spin blur. The angle of the blur. We can create this type of blurs for as a background styles. Okay. We saw this spin blur in where? In blur tool. Here the radial blur, we can see the spin. The same effect they have given into the blur gallery also. And distortion, displace, just effects. Sorry, distortion and pinch. This is the small effects like this. Like this. Filter, distortion, polar coordinates. This is one type of effect. Filter, distortion, ripple. We can take the ripples and medium, small, and large ripples, and small ripples only. I'm just apply like this. Filters, distortion, share. We can change the angle of the sharing. Like this. Filter, distortion, spherize. Like this, like a global wise. Distortion, frill. Spherize and frill. We can change the angle, friends, like this. We can change the angle. We can frill the complete the image, and we use sometimes like as a background styles also. We can see in the next level using with the some creating some designs and some backgrounds. How can we work? We can see in the next level using this type of tools also. Okay, and distortion, wavy, like this, the wavy styles. Come to the filters, distortion, wave, and zigzag. This is completely a image. We can apply as a image only, as a distortion styles only. Just distortion means we can change the positioning and changing the angles on the image. And noise, we can create, add noise. And Gaussian will be the distribution angle. The noise will be distribute completely on the image document, and uniform means we can apply only some of the noise only. Gaussian, it will take completely on the edges, and monochromatic will be the noise. See here the color pixels, the color noise is added. When monochromatic will be the black and white. You can zoom it, you can see here. See, it's a black and white. And if you keep it as a, if you remove this one, see, this is a color. Now click it here, it's a black and white. Like this. We can add the noise for some requirement basis on the image document, like using with a certificate designs. And when we creating some photo retouching work means using with a clone stamp and patch tool work, then we remove some pixels. There we can add the noise as a pixels. మనం ఫోటో రీటచింగ్ టూల్స్ చేసేటప్పుడు అంటే డ్యామేజ్ అయిన ఫొటోస్ని వెన్ వి రీడిజైన్ ఏ డ్యామేజ్ ఫొటోస్, ఓకే, ఎప్పుడైనా డ్యామేజ్ ఫొటోస్ని రీడిజైన్ చేసినప్పుడు దాని యొక్క ఎడ్జెస్ అనేవి మనం రబ్ చేస్తాము. అంటే దాని మీద డ్యామేజ్ వర్క్ మీద వర్క్ చేస్తాం యూజింగ్ విత్ క్లోన్ స్టాంప్ టూల్ అండ్ ప్యాచ్ టూల్. దెన్ ఆటోమేటికల్ ఇట్ విల్ రబ్ కంప్లీట్లీ. అక్కడ ఒక బ్లరిష్ లాగా ఫామ్ అయింది, బ్లర్ లాగా ఫామ్ అయింది. అప్పుడు ఈ నాయిస్ని యాడ్ చేసుకుంటే అవి మళ్ళీ పిక్సెల్స్ కింద ఫామ్ అవుతాయి. then we use the noise effects. Dispeckles, a smoothness on the image. See friends, like this it is there. Filters, noise and dispeckles like this. And come to here, filters, pixels, noise, dust and scratches like this. It's come as a smoothness, some smoothness on the image. See, filters, noise, median. See, it is also increasing some smoothness. If you increase more radius, automatically it will become as a blur. This is all the image effects only. We can apply on these effects completely on the image only. Reduce noise. Is there any noise images? Then we can reduce the noise and reduce the color noise. Sharpen details like this. Remove JPG artifact like this. Sharpen image and color noise. Some effects will be applicable. See, some filters will be applied on the image like this. Come to the filters, pixelates, color halftone, crystallize, color halftone. Click it here, then automatically we can see the halftone effects. Filters, pixelate, color halftone. We can increase the max radius to pixels 108 and 162 and color 90, 45. These are the angles of the screen and click it here. Like this, the halftone will be applicable. This is one type of effects. Filters and come to the pixelates, crystallize. The cell size we can decrease and the crystal pixels will be affected like this. Filters, pixelate and facet. See, some style effects will be applicable on the facets using with pixelate. Fragment, some shade, one more shade will become as a duplicate and it looks like some shade of the image. That this we call as a echo shade. Echo shade we call as a technical word, and this is one type of effect to applying in the image. Shade and fragment is come mesoint. It's a dots. We can see like this, the dot images we can apply from directly and go to the pixelites and mesoint. We have so many styles like grainy dots. We can see here friends, in this dialog we are seeing here, and grainy dots, and come to here and coarse dots, sub style, abstract styles, short lines, the lines where it's coming. If you apply here, you can see directly. Some painting styles, related styles, and mesoint, and it's a short lines and medium lines, and it's come as a long lines like this. Filters, render, and mosaic style. It's completely the pixel style. And filters, pixels, and point lies. Why it's coming the color green? The background color is green. That's why it's applicable to the background. We can increase the styles of the pixels. As you can change the color, this pink color or this pink color. Just click it OK. The pink color is there. Filters. Now take a pixelite and point lies. See, the background is the light pink. Why means the background is light pink. Click it OK, like this. These are the complete effects on the image only. Okay, render and flame. There is no path, that's why it's not showing anything. I'm just creating one path here. Okay, now filter, render and flame. Like this, the path will be there. Okay, and you can increase the flame effect. Now click it. Okay. Like this, the effects will be there. This is only the supporting layer. Okay. Like this, using with the filters, renders, and flame is very important. And picture flame. And these are the frames, different type of frames, friends. Like this, the edges will be there. If you click it OK, then automatically the picture frames will be there. Like this. Filters, renders, and picture frames. Now, if you click it OK, then automatically it will be there, but it is in a separate layer. You have to create a layer. Then only you can change the colors, you can change the strokes and whatever maybe it will applicable. Okay. Like this, you can apply the colors and whatever maybe.
So can't we use custom frame?
Sorry? Altaf, tell me.
Can't we use custom frame?
Means we have to add. You need to add some more strokes. These are the effects. And we can custom. We can load the presets also.
Okay.
Yeah, we can load it, but we didn't download it now. No. When we download it, then we can see it and we can download it. Okay. But these are the predefined presets only.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. After then, how can we next sessions in upcoming sessions? How can we created? We downloaded the plugins and how can we update? We install the plugins and that all the things we can see the how we can go for the brushes, downloaded brushes and downloaded presets and downloaded actions. We can see in the next sessions. That's why I didn't telling the customs. Okay. Next level in next sessions when we are working with the project, then we can add it. How can we download the things that will come in the next project level. There we can see here. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for the question. Yeah. Like this, these are the effects. If you take a new layer, then the layer will become and the effect will be applied on the layer. Then we can transform it and we can work on it very easily. Like this, we can apply the color also using with frames. And picture frames and trees, and already we have a predefined trees here. Oak tree, aspen tree, pine tree. These are the complete trees. Why we use these trees means we are working, friends. Here the main thing is we are working for a technically we are working for general. The people will think it is a sir, we are doing a graphic designing, we are working for printing, we have to create the visiting cards, ID cards, brochures, and we are working with a printing department and we are working with a branding team. Like that the questions will be flow. But the designer will work with a complete entire industries. Means which type of industries we have work, sir? If you go for a my home hub, that is one type of real estate related, and we can see the alien group. It is also one type of real estate groups, and Lanco Hills is one type of real estate groups. Means that the type of groups they needed designers. Why they needed designers means they have to prepare some layouts and they have to when the construction is going on, they have to show the layouts of the complete the image and to creating a trees and to creating the walls and to creating the roads, and on that roads we have to keep some trees, that everything we have to create. Here we see this trees. In the olden version they didn't given this tree options, but here we have a tree options here. This type of tree options we can directly take it here and we can put into the 3D interior designings, means 3D interior designing houses. In front of the gates we can keep this type of trees, and I'll show some examples here, friends. See here, this type of trees. Generally they develop with a modeling style, this one only. Behind of the sky and here the lawn and the trees and the effects, this all the things we can apply. We have to give the work, we have to this type of trees here and here. These all the things, these are all the artificial only. Artificial, the sky, they'll give only this modeling only with the texture. These all things we have to apply in the interior designing only. Like this. Why means they didn't construct, friends. They didn't construct. Okay, they didn't construct anything, but they will show the houses styles using with the trees and the lawns and the parking areas, and like this the effects will be there, and come to the roads, everything they'll show here, the lightings, the pool and the gardening, everything. That who will be show means that the designer will show everything. That's why the designer will work enter all the industries. That is every company and every industry need a designer. That's why this tree effects we use in the 3D interior people. For a 3D interior people, we created this type of trees and we can place it and we can transform it also. Like this. But take a layers, friends. I'm just showing sample things. Okay. I'm just taking a new layer. And it is a new layer I just taken here. Delete this one. I'm just taking a new layer here. I'll take a filter, pixelates, render and a picture frame like this. Like tree, we can take a tree here like this. So the tree we have taken, it's good, but it's not completely the green level. Then take a color balance effects. Give the green levels and shadows and highlights, and midtones will be there like this. We have to work this type of effects and transforming. Like this, the modeling will be there. They'll give like this, the modeling things. I'm just showing the samples. There we can place the trees, friends. I'm just taking a copy image here. I'm just placing the image here. It's a sample purpose only, demo purpose only. And just make a shadows also, friends. The shadows is very important. I'm just taking a elliptical marquee tool and just keeping the like this. And decrease the opacity and take a filter, blur and Gaussian blur like this. And otherwise you can take a elliptical marquee tool and just place it here. Okay, and shift F6, the feather will be like this, and take a new layer and fill it here like this. We can apply for a feather and we can apply as a Gaussian blur like this also. Like this, and take that, select the two layers of the feather also. Select the 2 layers. Now you can place it like this. I'm just showing the examples how they will use these trees into the project level. Okay. And just close the document and Control O, open and take the document. And come to here, filters, take the render and clouds. What are the colors we have here? Black and white. And what is the clouds color, friends? Sky blue. I just keeping the sky blue like this. And filters, blur, render and clouds. Like this, the clouds will be there. And come to here, filters, clouds, renders, and difference clouds. It will take some black and shade clouds, difference clouds, and complete render and fibers, the shades of the fibers. We can increase the shades and we can create one type of textures in the background that is called fibers. And render and lens flare. Suppose we have a image here. I need a sunlight from here, creating render and clouds, lens flare effect here. You can increase the lens flare and it's 35 mm and 10.5 mm prime and movie prime. Like this, the styles of effects. You can place the this effects into your own images also. It look like as effectively like this. The shades is flowing on the image. And come to the renders and lighting effects. Like this, I can take a separate lighting effects and I can just take a single colors and the spot colors like this. And I can increase the styles like this. And we can increase the colorize and the glossy styles and metallic styles. Now I can change some color. I just click it OK. Like this, we can apply the image. Again, come to the filter, render and lighting effects. Come to the lighting effects. Here we can see again spot, point and infinite. Like this, we can see the effects. If you take a point style, you can place the point from wherever you need like this, and you can increase the glossiness and increase the colors and decrease the colors and metallic styles. I'm just taking one more color. Yeah, this one is main thing, and just increase and just place it here, friends. And you can increase from here also directly. And we have a preview option, friends. Here we can check the preview option also like this, the original document and the updated document. And you can change the colors like this. Shades on the image. Okay. And come to here, we have a different type of styles, friends. And this is completely the point light. Then come back to the spotlight is completely already we saw in the previous time earlier like this. Or you have to change your infinite. Only the one style of document is going on the angle. You can place the angle with the 3D way with a 3D style like this. Like this. Increase it and change the angle like this. Some shades will be apply on the image. Some dark shades. Here some light shades is increasing here. Okay. Like this we can apply the lighting effects. This type of effects. But here in this lighting effects also we have some more predefined effects, friends. Render and lighting effects here. And what are the predefined effects? Come to here. It's 2 o'clock spotlight is there. 2 o'clock spotlight means the effects will be applied and you can change the colors. See, and you can decrease the size of the images also. You can decrease, control minus zoom out like this. like this. Only the highlight parts we can check it. Otherwise, you can change the angles also. That is called. Already we saw in the spotlight here, spotlight, but here we have the predefined effect. Okay, and come to here, blue Omni. Blue Omni already it's a predefined blue Omni style. This is one type of style. I can change the colors or I can change the darkness. I can change a color here. Blue is there, no? I can change it directly from here. Like this, we can take the styles of the images. And come to here, circle of light, 4 lights. This is an important topic, friends. Please don't miss it. Like this. Click it. OK. Like this, the effects we can apply directly on the image. Come to here, filters, render and lighting effects. Default, it's a basic style. Means defaultly crossing. See how many styles we have. Spotlight. These are all the spotlights only. You can change the color, means automatic the spotlights will be apply this color. See 2 colors it is applying. Like this. This is one type of style on the image document, like spotlights. Come to here, filters, render and lighting effects. Spotlights, flashlights, 5 lights down. Here we have a 5 lights, friends, and I can select the 5 light spotlights, come to here and I can change the colors. This is one color and come to select this one and go to the second color and come to here, third light. I can go with one more color. Come to here, fourth one, we can take one more color. And this is finally fifth one. I can change the color and color properties like this. And I can adjust the glossy styles and I can adjust the colorizers and I can adjust the metallic styles like darkness and lightness and we can apply. OK. Like this. Like this also. Come to here, filters, render and lighting effects. And we can change the angle also, friends. We can change the angle. Like this. Some lights will be flow on the down place. And here the some lights will be flow on the front part. You can change the angles. And click it. OK. Like this. The lighting effects is very important, friends. And filter, render and lighting effects. And come to the RGB lights. We have 3 lights. We can change the adjustment same with same properties, and spotlights is very important. Check with the spotlights also. And come to the 3 down styles and same thing. You can change the colors like this and you can select one and you can change the color also. And you can go with a third light and you can change the colors also. Like this. OK. And you can check with the preview from here directly. Yes. And come to here, triple soft lights. And here we have a 3 downs. And we have here spotlights. We can load the effects and we can save the effects also. And RGB lights and parallel directions. Please practice this all the things. OK. To the backward, Ctrl-Alt-Z, step backward. OK, filters, renders is completed. Come to the sharpen, shake reductions. When you take any image, if there is any shake, automatically it will adjust. Automatically it will adjust and it will take a sharp edges also. See, you can check with the original and duplicate. See how the edges is there. You can check it here. And you can check the hat. You can check the eyes. Automatically the reduction will be decreased, shake reduction will be decreased, and the image will be sharp. And you can decrease the blue trace hoods, and smoothing will be decreased, and aircraft suppressions like this. You can adjust. And these are the effects, predefined effects. Show blur estimation images. And this is one type of styles, friends. Come to filter, sharpen, shape reduction. A small changes will be there. A small filters will be applied on the image. See, like this. If you need, you can click it OK. Filters and come to the sharpen. Sharpen means sharpen will come. See, filter, sharpen and sharpen. The edges will be sharp. Filter, sharpen, sharpen edges. The edges will be sharp. Filter, sharpen, sharpen more. Automatically means technically it takes automatically the more sharpen. Filter, sharpen, smart sharpen. We can increase the sharpen and increase the radius like this. It is completely. You can decrease it, and this is one type of effect on the image. And lens blur and Gaussian blur and motion blur. You can check with a preview like this. And filter, sharpen, unsharp mask. Nothing but it is applying some type of sharp and increasing the radius. This is one type of style of the increasing the thresholds, everything. Filters, style is diffuse. This is completely applying the effects only, friends, image only. Please work on every option. It is a different options only. Like this effects we can get it in the filters. And emboss. You need a emboss style. You can take emboss style. I'm just taking one emboss style and increasing here and decreasing the amount. And you can take the angle and click it OK. This is one type of style. Embossing, filter, style is extrude. I need a blocks 10 by 10. OK. Like this it will come. Otherwise, filter, sharpen, style is extrude. I need a pyramids. I need a pyramids with 30 by 30 like this, and random and level based, whatever may be. Check it this one and click it. See, the pyramids will be like this. OK, but I need a little bit pyramids only. Then I can see image very clear. Then come to the extrudes and I'm just getting 10 by 10 only and click it OK. See, I can see the image perfectly. Or otherwise I can decrease some more. Style is extrude. I'm just giving 5 by 5. OK. See, I can see the image somewhat better now. The effect is applying right like this. This is one type of filter to applying the image. And find edges. Only the edges will be fine. Automatically it will take. Filter, style is solarize, like sun effects, solarizing effects, complete burning effects. Filters, style is tiles, one type of style. Tiles. The background is white. That's why it's taking the background color white. Filters, style is tiles. Oh, tiles it's completed. And trace counter. Trace counter is nothing but it's a line art. We can see the line arts directly. Like this, we can adjust very easily. And filter, style is wind, the style. This is one type of a blast, stagger, and wind style. This is the style of the filters like this. And we can apply this wind effect as a text also. And take a text tool, some text, and giving taking the effect, taking one font, or take some Nexa bold, whatever may be, like Roboto, some bold fonts like this. Take a move tool. Okay. Control J, duplicate. Just taking duplicate effect and applying here black color, or otherwise applying some blue color, some dark blue color. It's only to we have to know. Yes. Now filters, stylies, and come to the wind. And what it is asking, first thing it should be converted into smart object, or otherwise it should be converted into rasterize, whatever may be. I'm just coming here, right click, make it as a rasterize. When I'm giving a rasterize, then automatically it is an object. It should be, it has been converted into, see here, it is a text layer. When I am clicking here rasterize, automatically what happened here? It is a object format. Come to the filters, stylies, and winds. Filters, stylies, and wind. It's a blast and from left to right. This is one type of style. And like this, and come to this one, background, filters, blur, Gaussian blur, some effective Gaussian blur, and come to here and Control J, duplicate, Control J, duplicate. This is one type of just applying a textiles. That's it. See how the glow it came. The glow is nothing but it's a blur. It is a Gaussian blur. It is a Gaussian blur. Applying a Gaussian blur. That's right. The glow effect is came. And you can take this all the effects and you can place it here. And you can increase, you can take a duplicate and automatically it will increase, and you can change the color and you can take it here, and you can take some more this style of color, you can apply it. This is one color and this is one color, and you can change the modes like this. Some effects will be applied like this, and you can change this color. And now you can go with a multiply. When two colors is two shades is applying one by one, then automatically we can see the third color like gray and hue and saturations, luminosities. See, this is one type of style, the color like this, and you can decrease the opacity like this. The same effects we can apply from the text also using with the options. Okay, and come to here, filters. This is a de-interlaced colors. Interlaced colors means filters, de-interlaced colors, just shades, one type of filters. And come to here, NTSC colors is National Television Standard Committee colors. Automatically it will be applied. A small filters will be applied. And here custom, high pass, HBS, maximum. These are the common styles. Common predefined styles like this. And filters, others high pass, one type of styles. We can increase and we can decrease. Filters, HSBs, multicolors like duotone colors. We call as a duotone colors like this. Filters and maximum. It is the image is completely damaged using with this effect. This is one type of effect. Filters we can apply as a backgrounds also, friends. You can check it here. And minimum, this is completely darkness, and maximum is completely brightness. Offset, taking parallel right side of the pixels, right side of the image, set as a background, or repeated edge pixels. The edge pixels should be repeat, set as a background, or otherwise wrap around. Automatically it's wrapping around like this. And these are the filters, friends. Let you check it, these filters. And you have any doubts, you can check with me with WhatsApp, and